Alright, let's get into it, shall we? April 25th kicked off with what looked like, by all accounts, according to model runs and model trends, to be an obvious chase day. I was not surprised when I woke up and found out that the SPC had upgraded the risk to a moderate with a 10% hatched for tornadoes. So I decided to head down and make the slog down to Ada, and after brief excursion of getting out my car to let my two chase partners stretch their legs and terrorize the poor residents of Ada for a little while, we packed up and headed over to Sulphur to get some gas and go watch some clouds. Given that Ada was where the more favorable parameter space was, I should have stayed there. I also think I waited a little bit too long in Sulphur to see if that Ada storm was going to get its act together. I wanted to stay sort of in the middle so I could be in play for any storms that would form to the south, but it quickly was looking like that Ada storm was wrapping up and getting ready to do something. So I headed over there and I eventually caught up to it, and I was not disappointed. Man, that thing was really trying to produce. Could never squeeze out an actual tornado, but you can see the rotation on the film even through my less than spectacular filming. I also learned to keep the radio on and keep it tuned to 146.52, which is the national calling frequency. I was getting information from people talking over amateur radio about road options that were blocked off by EMS, places where sort of, the chaser convergence was making roads like not navigable, especially some of those craptacular little, county roads that like get flooded out if a mouse pees on them. I also was getting information about the Tishomingo storm looking really good, which I checked on radar, and it was. I was actually getting ready to call off the chase after the Eta storm started to kind of crap out. But I decided to suck it up and punch through and head down to Tishomingo, and was not disappointed, because when I caught up to this thing in Mill Creek, it was cranking. There was a tornado report. I never saw a tornado, but still, the juice was worth the squeeze for sure. And that brings us to Sunday, April 26th. To be honest, I was originally not planning on chasing on Sunday. After that long slog from southern Oklahoma back home, which I love southern Oklahoma, but the drive just sucks. I was not ready to then go and drive a couple hours and some change up to Kansas to go and chase storms, especially after I woke up and saw that the SPC had downgraded the risk in Kansas from a 10% to a 5%, but I noticed they extended it into northern Oklahoma. So it was one of those scenarios where if stuff starts to pop off within about an hour's drive, I will chase. If nothing pops off within about an hour's drive, I will not chase. Well, I'm taking the dogs out for a walk, and I'm checking HRRR, and I'm seeing that it's pretty consistent with firing supercells over Red Rock, over Tonkawa, Perry, all places that are well within easy driving distance for me. So I decide, especially after looking on WeatherWise and seeing some spotter dots and seeing some familiar storm chasing faces on there, I decided, why not? The only way to lose is not to play the game at this point. I was not disappointed, because what went down over Osage County was one of the most insane wall clouds and supercells I have ever seen. This one actually, I think, dethrones Haskell, Texas for me.